This is a message to all my supporters of this podcast. I'm introducing a new supporters program. You can contribute a small amount as a one-off payment to show your love for this podcast. Thank you in advance for all your contributions. This is Mark Hayward from the Absolute Business Mindset podcast and YouTube channel. So today it's the next part of the Working From Home series, and I wanted to talk about background noise. So some people who are working from home may use the radio, they may use podcasts, they may use audiobooks, they may use TV. And I think that I have experienced since being at home that I am better at listening to the radio, whether it's music as a background noise to be able to work with and work effectively and productively. Whenever I put a podcast, I want to think about what they're saying, I want to analyse it, I want to take notes, I want to go deep into the subject matter. So I've found that podcasts are not very helpful. I'm using the podcasts or listening to the podcast when I am out walking the dog or doing some exercise. For example, I'm listening to podcasts which are useful. But I would say working from home, for me, radio is perfect. It could be music. You could listen to an album or a playlist. That is interesting. I haven't done that so far. I actually listen to Radio X, which is probably my favourite radio station. And I find that the balance between having a little chat for like a minute or two and then some music is helpful for me to be able to be productive and work effectively at work. In the office, I actually don't use any stimulus, so there's no radio, there's no music or podcasts that I listen to. I generally keep my earphones out because I think a lot of people want to have that availability to be able to speak. The only time I do put them if I'm doing some deep work where I want to concentrate for an hour or two on deep work, then I might put my earphones in, and that hopefully triggers people to realise that I'm doing something a bit more with concentration and should be left to my own devices. So it's really up to you. You need to think about what's the best working habits. I would steer clear of television. I think that's another one where you get engrossed into actually what you're watching and your productivity drops. So I think it's important for you to leave the TV alone wherever you're working. Don't have it on. It will be too much of a distraction. But the rest of the thing, I think you should trial it. You should experiment over these the initial period where I was trialing to see what worked and what didn't work. And audiobooks and podcasts I just find too distracting again. But radio and music is very, very helpful of being able to get you into that sort of zone where you can do what you need to do and the work you need to do. So that's my take on it. I'd love to hear your views on it. Please message me below what works for you and what doesn't work for you. That would be great. Thanks very much, guys. Appreciate your time. Cheers. One last thing before you go, I am taking on new coaching clients. So if you are interested, go to my website and go to absolutebusinessmindset.com. Go down to the bottom onto contact us and drop me a note. Put in the title that it's for coaching. I've got 13 years worth of corporate experience where I've moved through promotions. I'm really looking for people that are starting their career in the corporate environment, are stalling in their career, or want a fresh perspective or a change in role. I'll be able to help all you guys that are in those sorts of positions, and I'm here to be able to help. So go to absolutebusinessmindset.com, down to the bottom, contact us, and just drop in the subject that you want to help on coaching. Thanks.